We will be reviewing some of the headlines on some of the front pages of our national dailies. And we're starting with the Daily Trust. Boldly retains 34 million Nigerians at risk of hunger as UN food aid ends. Well, this is on pages 3 and 4 of Daily Trust. At the top right, left, Canada to join UK, France to recognize Palestinian state in September. It's right on page 8. Niger takes FG to court over 13% derivation. You can get this on page 8 also. Strike. Government nurses meet today. The third day of strike, and they're meeting the federal government today. And you can find the story in page 31 of Daily Trust. Down below, below of the front page is End bad governance protest. 1 year after, nothing has changed. Convenience. You can find this in page 5 and 6 of the Daily Trust, and this is the much we can take in Daily Trust.
All right, next up, we have the Punch. Right on the front page, we have marketers warn against disruption as Dangote plans direct fuel supply. No Gasa petrol and tackle Dangote petrol surges to 870 naira per litre at private depots amid feud. That is on page 19 of the Punch newspaper. At the top left, we have 2027 defections stir tension as APC ADC lock horns. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Government's FX windfall crashes 73% to 589 billion naira in H1. That's on page 20 of the Punch newspaper. Federal government approves 3.5 trillion naira for roads, airports and others. Of Nigeria, Ghana hold talks over anti-Nigerian protests. That's on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. Of Nigeria needs new constitution, not amendment, says Ezekwesili. That's on page 3 of the Punch newspaper. Recovery ongoing in 1.3 trillion naira Cibex Ponzi collapse, says EFCC. Ondo ADC vows to challenge Aiyedatiwa's appeal court victory, which is on page 29 on the Punch newspaper. How suspected ritualist dismembered my 16-year-old son, says Ogun driver. That is on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. Oil budget hits 984 billion naira after 299.8 billion naira supplementary bill. That is all on the Punch newspaper. Make sure you grab yourself a copy and stay informed.
And in the next newspaper, okay, joining us to review some of the headlines on the pages of today's newspaper is Nuruddin Abdullah. He's editor of 21st Century Chronicle. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning, Nuruddin. So let's start with the Daily Trust. 34 million Nigerians at risk of hunger as UN food aid ends. What happens? It's no longer news that most Nigerians are battling hunger, and due to the economic hardship we are going on right now. So what can you say about this headline?
I think it's unfortunate that we have reached this stage because we know the humanitarian aid will not last forever. Mm-hmm. So all the levels of governments, what have we done? We should have envisaged this here. They were there mostly because of the insurgency in the northeast, Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, likely. But they will not be there forever. Yeah, Borno state government has worked tremendously. Let's admit that. That is by emptying most of the IDP camps. But that's not enough. That's not enough. Still, some pockets of attacks here and there are taking place in the region, and many people cannot farm, or there are some swath of lands like the senator from that area, the southern Borno, Senator Sultan Dume said, they are still under the terrorists, whereas there are ungoverned space where there are zero presence of Nigerian security agencies. Therefore, we are farmers managed to farm, they are being superintended by the terrorists. Whereas large swath of lands are left unfarmed and ungoverned. So we should expect this, and we should have planned for this. Food will not be coming down from this agency forever. So now, yeah, Borno State government is saying that it will step in, but what of the federal government? Do we have the capacity to feed those mouths that were being fed for more than 10 years by these donor agencies? Mm-hmm. Or we just folded our arms? Manna will continue to learn from heaven. So I think it's an eye-opener for us. Now, their funding has been cut, therefore no food for us. So what do we do? Already, we have cases of malnutrition, now starvation will set in. Most of the lands that we are hitherto being farmed are now fallow. You understand? So it's a very big challenge for us, and how we wriggle out of this by the governments, the federal, state, and local governments level, is something that we see maybe in the near future.
Okay. All right. Mr. Nuruddin, let's look at a story that's away from Nigeria. Canada to join UK, France to recognize Palestinian state in September. What is your take on this with the continued conflict that's going on? Canada planning to recognize a Palestinian state at the UN General Assembly. How do you think that would make an impact? Still, holding a hope of having, a two-state solution. Yes, solution. Mm-hmm.
I think the signals particularly to the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is, he's overstretching his luck. These three countries are what I can call traditional allies of the Zionist states. They fund the entity, they gave them arms and what have you. But because of this Gaza issue, the man, Benjamin, he has overstretched his luck. People who had been supporting him against all odds,
and now
vetoing all UN resolutions, and now saying this two-state solution is a key. This Gaza issue must end. But unfortunately, Gaza is becoming Netanyahu's Waterloo. These are traditional allies.
Absolutely.
Exactly. But look at it. They are tired. Maybe, who knows? The chief among the allies, the United States, Trump will even say, okay, we are recognizing the state of Palestine. Maybe that's the end of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so let's move on to the Punch. There's a story that I saw. Market House warn against disruption as Dangote plans, direct fuel supply. A lot of marketers are on their toes right now with the fact that, first off, Dangote has proposed Nigeria First policy banning the importation of, refined petroleum products. And then now Nogasa and Petron tackled Dangote as petrol surged to 870 naira per litre to private depots amid the feud that they have. What is your take on it?
It's a good development, but, we are trying to shy away from a monopoly, the NNPC.
Absolutely.
A public-owned monopoly now to a private monopoly.
Okay.
The marketers should be allowed to operate, please.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Whatever it is, monopoly, don't leave it is maybe divine or something like that. But monopoly by businessmen is not good. Dangote is trying to take over the role of NNPC. We have been complaining about NNPC. The moment he becomes the only player in the system, that's a recipe for the challenges that may come up. You understand? So the operating environment should be democratized. Yeah, Dangote as a key player should operate. Marketers, on the other hand, should be allowed, should be a convenient environment, should be created by the government to allow marketers to checkmate Dangote. Yes, we believe now they are bad because of all the policies. No, you can't be the single. No. Monopoly is not good, whatever it is. So I think Nigeria should open their eyes. Now, the presence of marketers, will checkmate him, and vice versa. Just like the president of Dangote and the marketers is checkmating the NNPC and other government public-owned institutions, particularly in that sector. So Dangote alone, no. It's better to nip the issue on the board now than to allow him to emerge as the only player in that sector. It's not good for the country. It's not good for anybody.
All right. Okay, there's a story on the Punch still. EFCC says recovery ongoing in 1.3 trillion naira Cibex Ponzi collapse. We've had this controversy at a point whereby there was a collapse of this particular Ponzi scheme, but then it came to a point that they said they were going to be returning people's money to them, and it's still, I believe, in the works, but then EFCC is saying that it's still ongoing, trying to recover 1.3 trillion naira. That is a lot of money. So what is your take on it?
It's unfortunate that...
with people always getting involved, in Ponzi schemes and never learning, even though it does fail.
You understand? I don't know. This idea of get rich quick syndrome. It's gambling, for heaven's sake.
Absolutely.
But
If, for instance,
it has eaten deep into the society already.
No, because of this mentality, I want to okay, a simple analogy. If that Master A is bringing this mouth-watering, like look at the waiting. That they did. The man came all the way from Eastern Europe. So there are no poor people in his country. He up to Nigeria and now...
It's only in Nigeria that they're trying to enrich them.
Nigerians should be reasonable.
Obsessed with good money.
Absolutely.
Like quick money.
Unfortunately, it collapsed. They will create one excuse. Yeah, it is the government that don't want blah, 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 blah. And the man will go with people's money. Another one will come and people will still carry their money. So I'm just wondering what is really happening. Unless this attitude is changed. Apart from EFCC, I think other like NOAA, they should take this campaign to places of worship.
Yes.
But unfortunately, some of them are equally, I don't know, maybe they should be engage the churches, mosques, traditional leaders. Please, follow the right way. But when you say you want to put 100 naira and you get 200, that guy that is money doubling issue, he has family, he has relatives, he has a town, he has a state, he has a country. Why can't he make all of them rich? But he crossed thousands of miles to come here and make you rich, and you believe it? It's sad that many Nigerians have been defrauded foolishly.
They actually say some of these Ponzi schemes works for them. Some of them actually pays, and that's why they are being
That's how scam works.
That's fraud.
Exactly.
You pay up 100 people.
You do not tell a Nigerian man. Once it has paid, a Nigerian man will always be gullible to go back again.
Even
but then the question I always ask, to be honest, is if you're given, let's say, 100 naira and you're getting 1,000 naira, where is that money coming from?
Exactly. That's the question, actually.
Nigerians and don't ask these questions. I know they will be having BP, depression, all manner of, they will carry all their thing, and it's most unfortunate. So maybe sensitization, maybe a high level of illiteracy and desperation.
Absolutely.
I think these are some of the people that are involved in this are educated, but because of this desperation, you have to. Dangote was not made in one day. He has been doing business since in the 70s. And he wasn't a richest man in the 70s or even 80s. He has been in the 90s. So climb the ladder, work hard and pray.
Patience. All right, thank you so much, Nuruddin Abdullah, for being here, as always, helping us review the stories on the front pages of our national dailies. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Thank you very much, Nuruddin, for coming.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us all the way to the end. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for Daybreak Extra. Make sure you do not miss out on an engaging and interesting conversation. I am Hawa Adamakia, as always. Thank you for watching.
And I am Miriam Edris. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. on Daybreak Extra. Have a nice day ahead.